What's up? What's up? Welcome back to the podcast. We got AJ here to my left. We got Charles to the right. How you guys doing today?
Good,
Pretty
man.
good. Staying busy.
Yeah. What you been up to, AJ?
Trying to stay busy with all the craziness going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
Trying to stay active.
Tell us what's going on with your life. How you been managing?
I got the business running. Trying to take care of my boys, all my coworkers, and everything like that. They're struggling, so trying to get some. We're over there in American Barbershop in downtown Santa Ana. Been around 10 years. We just opened up in Echo Park over in LA.
Nice.
Been there 2 years. Like I said, right now we got a little speakeasy going down in my house right now.
That's
So
cool.
Well, it's been tough, man. And the whole I was gonna say Orange County, but really Southern Cal, even NorCal has been on lockdown.
NorCal's a lot stricter.
Yeah, a lot stricter. Yeah. I think it's because they have a lot of public transportation over there, man.
Oh, yeah.
People are still. They were out and about using trains and things like that. The BART. It's easier to spread viruses.
And then they got that cruise ship that went down there.
Oh man.
So there's a lot going on,
Yeah.
Trying to stay positive and, it's just my veterans, they're getting triggered.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have been through war.
Yeah. It's I hate to sound like this, but when you go outside the wire, you're worried about small arms fire and getting blown up. Over here, you're worried about some virus that you don't even know if you have it or not.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the argument, right? A lot of people are freaking out and they don't know what they're freaking out about and they don't know how to go about it.
exactly.
The government response has been pretty drastic.
Yeah.
Whether it's warranted or not. What's your take on it?
It's like I said, if you pay attention to one subject and highlight it, of course it's going to look very drastic.
Yeah.
If you go over here and you start testing other things, of course those numbers are going to go up.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying the virus isn't a big deal.
Yeah.
But it's out there. But me personally, I'm not too worried about it. But for the people that do fit in that criteria, I know they should be worried about it.
Yeah.
So
I don't have enough facts to talk about it as far as on the virus level and the statistics and things like that. Anybody can Google it.
yeah,
But I do know that the economic impact is going to be a lot worse than what the virus is doing to us now.
100%.
This is only the first wave.
100%.
Yeah. And the reason why I say that is because 2008 was real estate. The real estate market, it kind of crashed because subprime loans. This almost feels like a world war effort, meaning like everybody's feeling it. Different countries, different cultures, everybody's feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, man.
It seems like, we're making progress as like a world, especially in the United States, and everything. All these entrepreneurs, everyone, everyone's making money. And then boom,
Yeah.
taking it right from you,
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
We took it way for granted,
Bro, a month ago, maybe not even this. About 3 weeks ago, we were living life normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything was just.
We were watching China burn down.
Yeah.
Figure of speech, not literally, but figure of speech.
I feel like we're not getting all the facts too. They're like you said, they're only pinpointing like the deaths of that's what's going on. I feel like they're not giving us the facts on like who's actually recovering. So they're
Nobody talks about that. I'm wondering why
exactly.
they don't talk about that.
Yeah, that's I'm curious for that too. So the facts are out there. You just have to look up your information on your own. So once you see the facts and you see what's going on, then you can make your assessment essentially.
Correct. Yeah, and I think that's a standpoint that anybody and everybody can take or should take. The fact that the information is out there and you can, pick and choose what you want to listen to. But I always tell everybody, vet the information 3-4 times before you let it sink in.
Yeah.
Nowadays, man, you turn on the TV or social media, everybody has a damn opinion.
Yeah.
Everybody's ultimately, magically became an expert about
Exactly.
coronavirus.
I'm going to say this right now, if social media wasn't around, we'd be
For sure.
normal right now.
For sure.
I believe that too.
Think about SARS. I was reading reports that SARS was worse than the coronavirus, but it did not get this type of world attention.
Social media plays a big part. And not just in the coronavirus, but look at Kobe's death. Kobe's death that lasted you know, a good month.
Maybe because when his funeral at the Staples Center came around, it almost felt like it had kind of like withered down.
Yeah, like everyone was like, okay, his funeral, like it wasn't really that.
It wasn't even
as big.
Yeah.
So.
And you're right about that.
Yeah, it's only his death that was really big, and I mean, it's just for headlines, man. And some of the facts that came out about his death weren't even true, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, someone has to get fired or something, you know. So.
Yeah, nobody's gonna get fired over anything over that. I mean, it's just the world is weird. We live in a strange time, man.
Yeah.
I tell Josh all the time, we live in a strange time. I mean, the fact that Kobe's wife didn't even know Kobe passed away.
Yeah,
and she had to find out through what it was, word of mouth or TMZ or something. That's disgusting. That's tragic.
Man.
Yeah. It's crazy, but you know, it's almost like a lot of people have to sit in the now. You know, I'm finding myself, you know, sitting in the now, going over tools that have been given to me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you know, I was on my routine of going to work all the time, running a business, you know, going to my gym to go swim, everything else. My whole training schedule, my whole work schedule, you know, my whole personal life is turned upside down.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
And for me, you know, that's a high stressor.
I feel like if I'm not training, like that's like pretty much my therapy right there, you know, like for me to go to jiu-jitsu or even just go to the gym and work out. I mean, that was something that I looked forward to at the end of my day, but now to have that be taken away, it's like, I mean, now all we could do is really hustle, but I mean, that's just something that is crucial in everyone's life, you know, to be able to go out there and train.
Yeah, I mean, there's a caveat to that, right? Because we are in the cannabis industry, and for whatever reason, it's steady.
Yeah.
You know, it's steady. And we're blessed. And the guys that are around this office, I had to make an emergency meeting take place a few days ago. And I was just like, guys, listen, man, we're one of the few people that are still blessed in this environment, because we can still come to work and we can still work. A lot of people are forced meaning they don't have jobs to go to, even if they wanted to. And they're at home. And they're cycling through the news via it's your phone or your TV or your spouse talking to you or your aunt or whoever is in your ear about this, and it's going to create a sense of pandemonium. You know, and studies show that we recycle our negative thoughts 95% of the day. You know, and imagine being in that position, and of course, you know, when you look outside, you think the world is going to end, and then you hear about the National Guard coming in. And they think, oh my God, you know, it's gonna be martial law. It's over. You know, I think where I'm getting at is, if anything, this environment and the results of this environment has really, it's made us realize, or made me realize, that we're all connected. Everything's connected, and things could change in a minute. Versus before, we didn't have the type of news cycle or connection that we did. You know. Just like you talked about, you know, we'd be pretty normal.
One of my boys, he came out of a retreat. He was in a retreat for 5.5 days before all this lockdown came out. And when he came out, he was like, "What's going on?" He's like, and he's all, "I'm driving around, but everything looks normal to me."
That's the thing.
You know, like you're if you really don't pay attention to the media, social media, everything looks normal.
Yeah,
that's you know,
it's just very interesting, because I mean, the way the media has talked about it and the way Southern California has covered it, it would make it seem like 1 in 2 person has coronavirus.
Yeah,
you know,
especially in California.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it made it seem that way. And then you got to stay away from everybody. You got to stay away from public gatherings and all this. Don't touch anything. Don't see anybody. Wash your hands. I mean, they really made it seem like almost but 1 of 2 person has it. Yeah. You know, but when there was the suggested lockdown, I mean, dude, we went to work downtown Santa Ana. Was still popping. Banks were still open.
Yeah, food was still open too. Restaurants.
Food. I went to Mother's, dude, like 2 weeks ago on Sunday. I mean, they still had food stocked.
Yeah.
It's just pockets of pandemonium, man. I don't get it.
Are they even doing this in the other states?
Yeah,
You
they
know?
did in Washington.
Yeah.
But I mean, not the other, like, what, 45 states, right?
Certain states are worse than others.
Okay.
you
Top
know?
3 are New York, Washington, and California.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
it's nuts. But at least there's people recovering from it, you know?
recovering, but it's gonna take a while, and
Mhm.
I'm ready to get back to work. I'm ready to
Yeah,
live my
same.
life normal, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm waiting
Yeah.
for.
This is
Yeah.
the time to hustle for our business. It's the time to.
Well, I'm gonna say that with a little bit of compassion, because yes, it is time for us to hustle. I tell these guys we're blessed, and we live for times like this. And what I mean by that is, when the other person is taking a break by force or by option, and you're out there getting it, this is the time to get it.
Yeah.
It's the time to be resourceful and be creative. I'm not talking about go out there and blindly being dumb and stupid, right? And just putting yourself to unlimited exposure.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, how can you be creative? Because one story you told me is, well, okay, they're going to shut down the barbershop. Well, I still need to eat. So I'm going to make a barbershop out of my garage. Take
Yep.
one-on-ones,
Yep.
limit my exposure, right?
Yeah. Pretty much. Limit my exposure. I got hand sanitizer right there on the table. I spray down the chair. As soon as I'm done, take a shower. Like, I'm taking all these, like, precautions that
exactly.
I need to take.
Yeah.
But I'm still hustling.
Yeah.
Because I still have bills,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not going to get unemployment.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
What I would
Yeah.
say too is that you can't live in fear, but be cautious.
Yeah. Calculated fear, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I service a lot of first responders. They have a grooming standard.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are my good friends and everything like that.
Mhm.
So I'm at service to them.
Mm-hmm.
They need me, and I need them too. So
Mhm.
that's pretty much what I'm servicing right now. Is
Yeah.
the first responders and the medical personnel too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm over here trying to take all these clients and take random people.
Sure.
It's these I have so many new cops that I never
Yeah.
even cut before.
Yeah.
And they're just like, my barber shut down, but like work's getting on my butt right now because I had to have this grooming standard.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, rightfully so. These guys represent the community,
yeah.
and they represent excellence in whatever they do. Same philosophy we have here. But I mean, I think the overall theme of what we've been talking about the last 2 minutes is it's time to be creative, man.
Yeah.
In great tragedy, there's always great triumph.
Yep.
In somebody and something that is not going to allow the circumstances to dictate who they are. I think that's who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Right. So this, who knows, man? This might be the new normal for the next couple of weeks, let alone the next couple of months. If it's the next couple of months, come on, man.
Yeah.
How many people are really gonna stay home by choice? At some point, you're gonna get sick of this shit, man, and you're gonna look at your bills piling up,
Yep.
and you're gonna look at your family and your kids. If you have kids,
Yep.
look at daddy and be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Come on, man. Like, are we gonna live here next month?
Yeah.
Are we gonna be good?
Yeah.
You gotta make a choice, man."
Yeah, even the kids that have to go back to school, I mean, they still gotta go and get educated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, his son's in a private school.
Yeah. I got my son in private school, and I'm doing my best as a dad that I could do is by taking him outdoors at least and throwing the football around or something.
Even dogs need walks. Come on,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. He's like, I'm tired of playing video games and watching YouTube.
Yeah.
What kid says that?
Yeah.
Because before all the kids were on their tablets and phones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now they want to put them down.
Mhm.
They want to go get fresh air like the old days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's a silver lining, maybe that's the silver lining,
Yeah.
right? Kids possibly getting sick of technology and playing games and like, man, I want to get outside and stretch my
something.
legs and breathe some air.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been hitting up the beach or every day. I've been trying to just get outside.
Mm-hmm.
As it is, I already like being outside.
Mm-hmm.
The whole Ironman training and all that.
Yeah.
That's outside.
Well, let's talk about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you still training for your Ironman? First of all, is it still going on or?
So as of now, Santa Rosa still is going on, which
Okay.
is May 9th.
Yeah.
I'm still training for it.
That's a short ways away.
Yeah, that's like 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
Holy shit.
So I'm still training.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is not swimming.
Yeah.
I just did my first run today. I had that injury that lingered for a month, and I just did my first run. But I've been biking like crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
Indoor.
I'm in like a little simulator. You know.
Yeah.
I did 4 hours yesterday, 2 and 2.
Wow.
And then like I've been doing my walks, and before I was able to run, I was at least doing 5 to 10 mile walks. So I'm still, you know, staying active
Yeah.
and stuff. So because I want to be, I like to stay ready.
Yeah.
You know, it took me a while to get to this level where I'm at, and I'm not even happy we're at this level.
Right.
You know, I'm trying every Ironman I'm doing. I want to be better.
Yeah. You're making improvements though, right? How much time did you shave off the last?
So from September, so I did the Ironman in September, then I had another one in December. 11-week time frame difference. I shaved off 72 minutes just within 11 weeks. You know, and I'm looking to shave off at least another, hopefully 25-30 minutes on this one coming up, and then another one in September and another one in December. So this year, you know, I'm shooting for 3.
Nice.
And every year, I mean every event, I just want to get better and better.
Yep.
And I've just been investing as much as I can, my equipment, my time, all that, you know.
Yeah. What made you first of all wanted to get into the Ironman? Because I know you weren't doing this several years ago, and this is something that you picked up, right?
Yeah, that's what I picked up. So, well, maybe I you know, I came out of this veterans retreat called Save a Warrior. You know, 2015, I got in trouble with the law and stuff, and then that was my turning point. That's when I started my whole rehabilitation and started going to therapy and classes and everything. The next thing you know, my mentor Jeff, he introduced me to Save a Warrior, and he's like, it's a 5.5 day retreat, and so I go to this retreat, and boom, like a switch just turned on. Yeah. And then they give you this work to do after this retreat, all these books, meditation, then you have your support group. And so I come out of this retreat, and I have a fire under my ass, and I'm ready to, like, I don't know what I'm searching for, but I'm going. And then next thing you know, I start working out, and fast forward, like, I dropped like 50 something pounds.
Dang.
And then David Goggins came into play. And when I sing David Goggins, I'm like, I want to, you know, I want to be like this motherfucker. You know?
Yeah.
And so I'm going to sign up for an Ironman. And then in between my first Ironman, I started doing all these little races and train, investing, and then boom. But the whole Ironman thing isn't just, you know, it's to show my fellow veterans, you know. A lot of the times we come out of the military and we get out of shape, and you hear a lot of veterans say, well, when I was in the military, I used to best shape of my life.
Right.
And you see a lot of them now, and you wouldn't even think they're veterans, you know. Man. Because they're struggling. They're struggling trying to adapt to normal life, you know, civilian life.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to lead by example.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, you know, I have back problems. I have knee issues.
Yeah. From the military? Man.
And, you know, those are just excuses.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm over here, I'm probably in better shape than I was when I was in the military.
Yeah. Well, I think now you know how to take care of yourself as well too.
Yeah. Oh, I baby myself, man. I get massages. I got the Hypervolt.
Oh, that's sick.
I'm over here rubbing you guys CBD on me and stuff.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about that in a bit, but I mean, the same thing that you talked about the military. I don't want to go off subject, but some of the police officers that I know, some LEs, man, I don't know how they're still cops, because these guys are big.
Yeah, and you know,
they're not in shape is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but, you know, it's just like, it doesn't have to just be the first responders or the military. It's just life.
It's life.
Life gets to you.
It's life.
That stress, that family.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the tools to organize normal life, like, it eats you up.
Yeah.
And some people don't know how to balance that. Some people don't know how to, you know, being selfish, taking care of yourself is a good thing. You need to be selfish.
Absolutely.
But selfish on your own time. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe sacrifice an hour or two sleep. Or maybe do it after you put the family to sleep.
Yeah.
There's time.
Yeah.
But there's also your excuses.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You got to stop making those excuses. You know, I make excuses here and there. And sometimes I have to check myself. And sometimes, you know, I throw myself a little pity party. You know, especially right now with all this stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm overwhelmed, and I kid you not, you know, right now I'm mentoring like 4 veterans, and like I said, I got my guys at the shop. My plate's stacked, and I didn't get up to train one time, and I just tried staying asleep because I didn't want to deal with what's going on.
Yeah.
But I recognize that, and I'm like, okay, today's my pity party. And I'm only going to give myself 24 hours to give myself that pity party.
Sure.
And then after that, I got to snap the fuck out of it and fucking start going again. You know, because I'm going to allow myself to rest. I'm going to allow myself to vent to myself, or, you know, just lay there in my own filth, my own excuses.
Yeah, that's a mindset, man. A lot of people don't understand that mindset.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just what you're going through. It's the mindset of even an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Or anything. I mean, where did you develop that mindset? Have you always had that, or is that something you just recently picked up, man?
The mindset, you know, I've always been a hustler ever since I was little, man. I was working in elementary with my grandpa. He's a little, you know, he was a handyman. I'd go on his little side jobs. As soon as I was able to work, I always worked. And I was always searching to, you know, and I was always a leader. Football, I was, you know, captain of the football team. Marine Corps, you know, graduating number 1 out of my classes and stuff like that. I always had that leadership mentality. And sometimes, you know, sometimes I can't keep it together. Sometimes I can.
Yeah.
But I'm just right now I plateaued.
Yeah.
I plateaued. I've read so many books. I go to church. I listen to my pastor. I've taken so many notes. I've been maybe on 7 different retreats, church retreats, growth retreats, everything. And now things are like starting to sound repetitive. And I was telling one of my Save a Warrior buddies, I'm like, this can't be it. This like, I know I've grown, but what's the next step?
Yeah.
So right now I'm actually searching for that next step because I need it.
Yeah.
I need it. And it's actually driving me crazy because I'm like, where am I supposed to go? Where am I supposed to go? So actually last week or Monday, I checked myself back into therapy because therapy was the first place where I started my growth.
Right.
And I talked to my therapist.
Right.
And, you know, right now I'm searching for that again.
Yeah. There's a lot going on there, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I know. I mean, one of the things that really I gravitate towards you in the beginning, why we have you as one of our athletes, is because I mean, it's not that you have a huge following or anything. That we don't give a shit about that. But it was. I think I heard the story of kind of where you came from and what it took for you to get here.
Yeah.
You know, I know a lot of people don't understand that story.
Yeah.
You can get into it a little bit if you want. I mean, I know that you rebuilt your life based on barbering.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a huge step forward in your life, right?
Yeah. You know, the childhood wasn't good, you know. Everyone has their story. So, you know, my story, you know, had trauma. My childhood, you know, my mom, you know, I was raised in a domestic violence home. I watched my mom get her ass whooped from her boyfriend, you know. So I come out of there, and then I go to Marine Corps. I do that, do a deployment to Afghanistan, and then I come out of the Marine Corps, and I go to law enforcement. That's what usually, you know, everyone wants to do.
Sure, yeah. Next step. So I'm over here going into this law enforcement thing, and there's a hiring freeze, and I put myself through that academy, you know, and I wasn't getting picked up, man,
and stuff, and I'm over here searching to make this living, you know.
Sure.
So then I don't get the job from law enforcement. After our, going through this academy, and that academy, I went through Orange County Sheriff's Academy. It was the second hardest academy in the nation at the time. That academy was worse than my Marine Corps boot camp.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That thing kicked my fucking ass. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm not going to be a cop. I don't know what I'm going to do. Figure I'm having issues. I'm going to start drinking. I'm going to start doing some drugs now.
Downward spiral.
Let's start numbing it now.
Now, at that point, did you have any PTSD?
At the time, I didn't know,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
How many years were you active?
I was 6 years, so I got out 2013. Got out August 4th, 2013. I'm searching, so now I got my plan B becomes my plan A, which is barbering. Barbering's been a hobby for me.
Really?
Yeah.
When'd you start barbering?
I started barbering when I was in my freshman year of high school.
Oh shit!
You were cutting hair in the Marine
I was cutting
Corps
hair
too, right?
in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
That was like
Oh,
my
no
little side.
way.
That was my
That
little
was
side
like your
hustle.
little thing.
Yeah.
Did you charge? Or was it for free?
Hell no, man! I charge, man. you don't get paid nothing in the military. You gotta charge. Yeah. $5 for balds, $10 for fades.
There's only two different ones.
With a little cardboard side.
used to be in the barracks and stuff.
Sick.
So I'm doing the barbering thing.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I'm like trying to go to sleep, and I was drinking myself to sleep.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was just so convenient that my apartment was across the street from all the bars. Right in downtown San, like this right here, chapter 1 right here.
Oh,
Oh,
is that where you
okay.
go?
My apartment was above the subway.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super
so-
easy access.
And then not to mention, I cut all the bartenders in downtown Santa Ana, so
They'd hook you
free
up.
drinks.
Oh, I
Shit.
see.
And when the bars closed, they let me stay in there a little bit longer.
Oh yeah.
It was, it was a recipe for failure right there.
Yeah.
Man.
So then, go to 2015, March 3rd, 2015, boom, I get arrested. Never been in trouble with the law. Facing 2 felonies. And I start fighting this case for 13 months.
Wow.
And in this 13 months, I'm like, I'm not a Marine. I start looking like someone else.
Yeah.
Don't cut my hair. Grow out this beard. Next thing you know, my beard's here, my hair's here. I'm hiding my identity.
Yeah.
I want to be someone else, And backtrack before I got busted. There was about 2 suicide attempts, and then when I got busted, there was like another suicide attempt.
Wow.
So 3 suicide attempts.
What'd you get arrested for? You mind me asking?
DUI
DUI stuff?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
Something real serious.
Something serious.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
I was facing life in prison.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I was on $1 million bail.
Yeah. Real serious stuff.
So, and then after I got before I got arrested, 3 months before I got arrested, I was looking for help. No one was helping me.
Wow.
The VA, everything like that. As soon as I got arrested, 2 days later, I go back with my paperwork from, hey, I got arrested. Oh, okay, we'll take you right now. Oh shit, I have to get arrested so you guys help me?
Yeah. You had to be an immediate threat to yourself.
Yeah.
Not a potential threat.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I fight this case, spend so much money, and next thing you know, I'm over here going to therapy, going to
First
groups.
of all, when you went back to the VA with your paperwork, say, "Hey man, look at my documents. I got arrested. Will you help me now?" They said yes.
Yeah, right on the spot. Boom, got a therapist within like 30 minutes.
Did that? I mean, so walk me through that. How did that help you at all? I mean, the VA therapist like legit, or was it just like a Band-Aid?
It was like a Band-Aid, but at the same time, I still wasn't being honest because I was embarrassed. So I'm over here sitting in therapy for 9 months with this therapist.
You're still hiding out.
And I'm bullshitting them.
Yeah, you still hiding out.
I'm bullshitting them.
Gotcha.
Because, and then next thing you know it, I'm in this class, and this guy named Jack, he's ex-Marine, he's running the class. And he just straight chews me out.
In front of everybody in the class?
In front of everybody.
Wow.
And he's like, He's like, you better stop faking.
Mm-hmm.
You think you're fucking this. You think you're that.
Mm-hmm.
Pull your head out of your fucking ass and start being fucking honest.
Mm-hmm.
Puts me in check, right? You get a chip on my shoulder, and I'm like, fuck this dude.
Yeah.
And then I come back next week. I'm like, all right, you want the truth? Here it is.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, I lay my story out.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Here's your therapist again. Puts me in a therapist. Hey, bro, I was lying to you for 9 months. This is what's going down.
Wow.
And as soon as I started being honest with myself,
Mm-hmm.
they knew I was lying the whole time.
Really? And they just let you slide?
They were questioning it. Jack, he's like, I know you were lying the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you could BS Damien all you want.
Yeah.
He's like, but in class I could tell you're lying.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I started being honest with myself, that's when things started changing for me and stuff. So 'cause I didn't want to look at the mirror.
Yeah. What was the first sign of change that you saw?
It was almost like, I'd probably say my anger.
You recognize you had anger issues.
Oh man. Yeah. You know, I was raised in a domestic violence home.
Mm-hmm.
My father figure was this dude, I want his boyfriend, you know, playing football,
Yeah.
all this other stuff, you know. That football was my anger release.
Well, I mean, what was your job? To back up a little bit, what was your job in the military?
It was motor transportations, and we were with LAR, Light Armor Reconnaissance.
Yeah.
So
you were in the field, man.
yeah, we were in the field. So we were over there, over in the Helena province, and you know, we're in the shit.
You were in the fight, in the trenches, literally.
We were at a COP. It's called a combat outpost.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a base,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have a FOB,
Mm-hmm.
forward operating post, and then you have a combat outpost.
Mm-hmm.
We literally built our base.
Right.
They're like, here's some HESCOs, throw that in there, and we're in these tents and whatnot,
Yeah.
and we're in the shit,
Yeah.
you know.
Wow.
So, and we're over there seizing drugs,
Mm-hmm.
weapons, all that stuff.
Yeah,
out there.
you were literally in the trenches. You were in the field doing operations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know, we lost our head guy. We lost
Yeah.
our sergeant major.
Yeah.
He was about ready to retire.
Man.
He was gonna retire from LA SWAT and the Marine Corps when he got. That was his last deployment. I think that was
Really?
like his 10th or 11th deployment.
Wow.
And
That's a tragedy, man.
yeah, that was actually yesterday was their 10th-year anniversary.
That was a tragedy.
What?
Yeah,
The reason
Time
why I'm
flies,
going back
man.
into your story is because I really want to understand, as well as anybody who is listening to this. I hope there are some veterans listening to this that, I mean, you're a real deal. You pile all that stuff on from your past, your civilian past.
yeah,
And then you get to military career. You pile all that stuff on. And you come out of your military career. And this is the thing that gets me the most about the government, right? Is that we have bodies, soldiers, in the fight, whatever their agenda is for that decade. You have these soldiers that fight these wars, either physically or mentally, and then they come out of it. I mean, you can't even get help for basic veterans.
yeah,
You had to get literally arrested
yeah,
and become a real threat to yourself as well as other people for them to be like, all right, come on in. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't get that.
The thing is, you know, I think the military is doing it a little bit now better,
Mm-hmm.
but they really don't have that decompression.
That's what I was getting at. Decompression is a great word.
Yeah, you know, they don't have that decompression, and you know, especially in the Marine Corps.
Mhm.
And I'm going to speak for the Marine Corps because you know I don't know too much about all the other, but you know, you gotta be a hard motherfucker.
You do, especially that's why I said, what did you do in the military? You were an operator, man. I mean,
Yeah.
in private conversations, I mean, you were a bad motherfucker, dude. Like,
Yeah,
you know, I mean, you were in there
doing the shit, you know,
just doing the shit.
and you know, you don't have time to cry.
Mm-mm.
You know, as a man, like if you cry, you're a pussy.
Mm-hmm. Can't express emotion.
And that's just not the military.
Yeah.
That's in like today's society.
Culture.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
the
know?
new culture. Yeah.
So, you know, if something's bothering you,
Mhm.
you better suck it up.
Mm-hmm.
In reality, I'm over here telling guys to cry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over here giving guys hugs.
Mhm.
I'm over here saying, "Hey, I love you, man.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm shedding a tear with them.
In Save a Warrior, or are you talking about when you were in the military?
No, in Save a Warrior.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because when I was in the military,
Mm-hmm.
they called my nickname was True. That because they didn't know how to say my last name. My last name was Trujillo, so they called me True.
True.
And I was that guy that, you know, lifting weights and
Yeah.
whatnot, and you know, my ego was like this.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I walked around like a cocky motherfucker, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm not gonna say I was like the best Marine, but you know, I hate people telling me what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
You know, so,
Yeah.
but I was too busy trying to be a hard ass.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Plus, you already had anger issues that you didn't know about.
Oh yeah,
So you pile that on with the ego.
Yeah.
And being in the military and giving weapon systems. It's like, okay, shit. It's like unlimited ego shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's go. You know?
yeah. Too much testosterone going on.
Too
right
much
now.
sauce.
Yeah.
Too much sauce, bro. I'm not trying to make light of the
Yeah,
situation.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, all these things compounding.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I had to figure it out. I had to figure out what it is to be, you know,
Mm-hmm.
what makes you a real man,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still figuring it out. You know, Save a Warrior, you know, we've worked with over 1,000 men, and we only had 4 commit suicide.
Well, first off, what is that? What is Save a Warrior?
Save a Warrior is a program, you know, originally we were in Malibu,
Mm-hmm.
but it burned down. So now we're in
Oh, from the fires.
from the fires.
Gotcha.
So now we're in Simi Valley, and then we have a place called Warrior Village in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
So we operate, they're called cohorts, which is little classes, 13 guys at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And these 13 guys are first responders and military. And you have bad motherfuckers in there. You got Delta Force,
Mhm.
Navy SEALs, like FBI. You got some big dogs in there.
Yeah.
And
First responders in the military, is it really similar to the civilian first responders? I mean, you're the first ones. You're an operator, obviously.
so first respond, we're taking law enforcement.
Oh,
So we actually have law enforcement in there.
gotcha.
And you know, some of these guys, you know, they're addicted to drugs, they're addicted to alcohol,
Yeah.
suicidal, and some of them are, you know, beating up their wives, girlfriends,
Yeah.
and you know, there's just so much going on
Yeah.
behind closed doors,
Mm-hmm.
and they're ready to call it quits.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every guy that goes to Save a Warrior,
You mean suicide?
yeah,
Yeah.
almost every guy that goes to Save a Warrior has either wanted to or tried to or is about to,
He's on the ledge.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
to do it,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's a 5.5 day retreat.
Mm-hmm.
It's very spiritual, you know.
Yeah. I mean, just hearing you talk about this, it's so heavy, man. You know, the energy is heavy. I can see it. I can hear your voice. And now I think about this corona shit. It's like nothing. It's like, this is nothing. The world's in a pandemic about nothing. Look, I'm not trying to downplay it, man. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, the real things that we're talking about. It's like, war's a fucked up beast, man. War takes souls, man. We don't even understand it.
You know what's more fucked up
Mm.
is your childhood.
That's true. That's true.
You know, a lot of people think, oh man, he went to combat. This is why he committed suicide.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us join the military because they're trying to get out of our house.
It's true, man. It's true.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and in Save a Warrior, you don't tell war stories. War stories are not allowed.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
We tap into from when you're born to when you're 18.
Wow.
That's where all this stuff is coming from.
Mm.
Whatever happened from when you're born to when you're 18,
Mm-hmm.
more than likely you're going to develop these characteristics,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to play, and it might show up in your 40s or 50s,
Mm-hmm.
but it will show up.
Yeah.
And then whatever trauma you've had going on when you're a child, you're in the military and law enforcement, first responder, fireman, you know, all that, cop. There's a bunch of trauma.
Yeah.
Especially for first responders.
Yeah.
They could respond to a little girl that just passed away,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, and then their shift's over. Okay, let me go home to my family.
Yeah. That's tough.
You
It's
know,
tough.
where's the
It's tough.
decompression in there? and they're doing 25 years. You know, military, we're doing 4 years, maybe one deployment, 7-month deployment. I'm not trying to downplay anything, but you know.
Well, no, I totally get what you're saying, because actually, I mean, I train on my own time, and I meet a lot of LEs, man. I meet a lot of law enforcement, and they say the same thing. You know, most cops aren't bad.
Oh, yeah.
A large majority of the cops aren't bad. The shit you see on the videos and on the Instagram, all that stuff, like, yeah, I mean, there's always a rotten apple out of the bunch.
Yeah.
Where I'm getting at, though, is we don't realize. I got friends that are military, or that are law enforcement. And we don't realize that these guys are out there every day responding to a threat. Every call they get is a threat.
Yeah.
A potential threat. And sometimes when they arrive, it's legit. It's a legit threat. So when you are constantly, I don't know what their shifts are like, 10 hours or 12 hours, whatever it
10,
is.
10, 12.
Whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you're on alert all day, every day.
Yep.
And it's not like a switch you just switch off when, okay, it's the 13th hour, I'm checking out, I'm going to go home and see my daughter.
Yep.
I was like, well, then you start thinking about your family and your wife.
Yep.
Right? Or if you're female, you start thinking about your husband and your son or whatever. And you're out there in real life. And you know there's all these other threats out there, but your mind is just like cycling through all this negativity.
Yep.
You know, I've had LEs tell me they had to quit or take a break from the force because, man, they felt that their psyche was changing, that their person was changing.
There's a lot of fucked up shit that goes on in the world.
Yeah, man. The cops get a bad rap, dude. And they don't get paid shit.
Yeah.
Cops get a bad rap.
That's why I'm somewhat glad that the law enforcement didn't work out for me.
Oh, man.
You know?
Man.
You know, if honestly, if I would have got hired in law enforcement, I probably would end up getting fired, or suicide probably would have came sooner to me. I was a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
I was a ticking time bomb. And, you know, God just worked in a mysterious way and was like, hey, this ain't for you. And, you know, he showed me, like, hey, you got pretty much your ass got in trouble. And, you know, I almost lost my life right there, you know, facing life in prison.
It's a heavy.
That was my God right there, my last chance of life right there. You know, so now I'm here to be at service to others.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So
moving forward, you did Save a Warrior. How long you been with them?
2 years now.
2 years. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys do some really cool things there. You work with horses and animals and things like that.
Yeah, so it's called equine therapy. It's therapy with horses. So the horse, it has to live in the present, and their heart's 10 times as big as ours. You can actually move that horse just off the connection.
No way.
You make with it. You don't have to touch it. You don't have to do anything. If you're in the present with that horse, you can make it go anywhere you want it to
That's
go.
amazing, man.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And there's certain things that the horse will do that will tell the therapist what's going on. You know, this horse was able to, within like 5 minutes, was able to tell 2 years of my life to this therapist that I never even met before. And the therapist I was with couldn't even figure it out because I was bullshitting. You can't lie to the horse. The horse sees right through you.
Is that amazing how animals work?
Yeah, that's crazy. And then I remember they put me in. It's like this ring, right? And the horse is there, and the therapist is talking to me, and he's outside the ring, and the horse doesn't want anything to do with me. And he's like,
wow.
He's like, are you ready, AJ? Are you ready? You know, like, you ready to like let all that weight off your shoulders go? And I'm like looking at him like, yeah. And he's like, well, surrender. He's like, go down on your knees right now, put your head down, and just be here right now and surrender. And the horse the whole time didn't want nothing to do with me. The horse comes up from behind me and wraps its head around my neck.
No way.
Yeah. And right there, I started bawling. I started crying because the horse was like literally hugging me. And he's like, that horse has never done that before.
Wow.
Yeah. And right there, and then it was hugging me for a little bit. And then it started like gnawing on my head and like all my hair and stuff right there. And then I was just like, I was bawling. I'm like, holy crap.
That's amazing, man.
What an experience.
It's just, I have such a huge love and compassion for animals, man. Especially horses is one of my favorite animals. I don't know why. I just think they're so majestic.
Yeah.
I can't explain it.
Yeah.
Watching like wild horses run is so majestic, bro.
Yeah.
And how they communicate with one another. Same with wolves. Anyway, I'm getting off track. I was just saying, like, animals, they communicate through energy.
Yeah.
They don't have a universal language except for energy.
Hmm.
And it's such a beautiful thing. And I don't think us as humans, A, give enough credit to Mother Nature, and B, choose to understand that, again, not only are we connected as human beings, but we're connected as souls.
Yeah.
With the energies of other animals, other beings. You know, even a tree or even grass. I know it sounds like crazy. I sound like a hippie or whatever, but
Yeah.
You don't sound crazy.
yeah, man. You say if you want to recenter yourself, take your shoes off, walk in a plane of grass.
Yeah.
By the time you get to the other side, you'll feel balanced.
Yeah.
Because we're naturally supposed to feel the energy of the earth.
Yep.
But again,
During this craziness, man, I've been at the beach almost every day, walking barefoot in the sand,
yeah,
just to feel it. You know,
just to feel Mother Nature, man. Just to feel connected.
one time I was there till 2 a.m. No one was out there, and I wanted it like that. I just wanted to be by myself,
Yeah,
and just be there.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so
I mean, moving on to the second, I would even say second part of the recovery of your life, which is your Ironman. I mean, dude, that took on a crazy turn. I mean, you lost a bunch of weight. I mean, your energy's up. Like you're a different. I feel like you're a calmer, different person, man. Like I don't know, because you're tired or what. But like,
no, I'm very mellow now. You
Yeah.
know, I'm very mellow. I'm learning. I got this coach Mario, this older gentleman. He does Ironmans, and he's been guiding me the whole way. And
Yeah.
he's my go-to guy, man.
Yeah.
He's there with me, and I'm hungry, man. I know you said when you got me, you're like, hey, I want to see you win one of these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That'd be
well, I
so
mean, I'm just
sick.
highly competitive, you know. And I
Yeah.
love supporting my friends.
Yeah.
So I think I remember the question I asked you was, are you racing just to race, or are you racing to win?
Yeah.
And you were like, you kind of gave me a look like, I'm racing to win, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck kind of question is that? You know, like,
You know, eventually I want to be there. You know, I'm making all the progress I can make. You know, there's this sport, this Ironman sport. It's not just running, biking, swimming. There's so much that comes into play. You got the nutrition, you know, and you just never know how you wake up that day.
bro, you train like crazy though. How many days a week? When you were, I was trying to think back when I first met you. When you said you were doing Ironman, you were training like every day, right?
I train typically every day.
That's crazy.
Some weeks will maybe be like 6 times.
And your training isn't just training. It's like sometimes you do 2 a-days.
2 a days.
I mean, talk about that. You wake up. I mean,
I train in the morning.
yeah.
Because I'm on my feet all day.
Mm-hmm.
And my coach told me, you know, it's a little bit harder, because you're on your feet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on my feet maybe 50, 60 hours a week at work. So I got to get it done in the morning. And so I'm training every day in the morning. And on Sundays are 3 to 6 hours with my coach.
Wow.
So
Damn.
You have a nutritionist too, or?
yes, a nutritionist too. I need to pay more attention to him though.
Well, I think you can with this environment that we're in.
A little too much.
With this environment that we're in too, I think you can, because you got to cook at home, produce your own meals and shit.
Yeah,
so.
it was crazy. Is the only positive about this coronavirus thing is that I lost like 10 pounds.
Did you?
As soon as you came in too, I was like, dang, did you lose some weight? You look different.
It's probably from all the damn stress. Yeah, man. But you know, ideally, you know, I want to get a little bit thinner. I want to maybe drop 10, 15 more pounds. And
You were chubby when I first met you, bro.
yeah, I was like about 235 right now.
Damn, 235.
Dang, 235. Damn.
Right now,
How much do you weigh right now?
I'm like 185 right now.
Damn.
That's a huge drop.
Wow. Good for you, bro.
I'm trying to get down to 170. It was funny. I was cleaning out my closet, I think like last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I had a size 38 pants.
What?
Dang. Oh, you should take a picture, bro. Before and after. Haven't taken one yet?
I haven't taken one, but I held them up.
Oh, man.
You could probably. It looks like you could fit another body in there.
Wow.
Bro, you should just do it.
You were
do
that
it.
big? I didn't realize you were that big.
Yeah,
I didn't realize I was that big until I put
You
the
didn't
the
look or
pants.
feel that big, though.
Yeah, even the photos that we got when we were doing your story, you can't even tell that you're that big.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm gonna waist 30 right now.
Damn.
So
8 inches.
dude,
That's
in the
a lot.
Marine Corps I was 32, so I'm actually even smaller.
Dang.
Well, dude, you're training like a madman.
Yeah.
And you're taking care of yourself mentally and physically.
Yeah.
That's a huge difference, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about your training. You did. Let me back up because I know that. How long have we had you on the nurse team?
September
of last year.
Yeah.
That's a few months, man.
Yeah.
Where what I'm trying to say is, we signed you, had you on the team, blessed to have you on the team, and then we gave you products. And I mean, it was really, we had you on the team because of your lifestyle and the person that you are. But it wasn't until recently that you actually utilized our products, and it was like, it blew your mind, right? Cause
yeah. So CBD. I think you were preaching to me about CBD for
a minute.
And I'm like, CBD. And I think it was like this past summer, CBD was popping up left and right. And I'm like, man, CBD is full of shit. and then you guys give me the products. And then I remember how you liking the products. And then you're like, it's cool if it doesn't work or not. And then I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm not taking enough or what. But I'm not sure if it's because I'm just so already like mellow.
You had constant inflammation though. You were training all the time, every day, 2 a days, and you were just.
I'm over here putting it in my mouth.
Yeah.
And I remember it just says like a few drops, and then sometimes I just put the whole thing, And I'm like, what the hell's going on? Well, then I got an injury. I got a strained hamstring. And
how long ago did you get the injury though?
That was last month.
See, recent, last month, September to last month.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, keep going.
I would eat the gummies just because it was like my little candy. From the street,
It's like healthy, but it's still kind of good.
I remember I'd be like, oh man, they won't have trouble sleeping, so let me pop like 4 of these in. Right? Yeah. So then, I was like, dude, I'm on the Ironmans around the corner, and I'm like, at this point, I'm like, let me see what this CBD bullshit we working right now. And my knees swollen and everything. And I go and I put it on there, and I'm like, instant relief.
Really?
The pain,
instant.
Like I'm rubbing it, and the inflammation is starting to go down.
Right.
The pain went away.
Right.
And I'm like, shit. So then I take it to work with me, because I know it's gonna wear off.
Sure.
So then it comes again, go to the restroom real quick, rub it on. I'm like, damn. I'm like, all right, cool. So that kept me in the game. And then, even though I was injured, I just couldn't run.
Yeah.
Now I'm able to just to focus on swimming and biking.
Sure.
Which is good about the sport.
Right.
So, of course, every time I get out the bike, boom, it blows up. And all right, cool. Let me just rub the CBD on there again.
Yeah.
Dang.
It goes back down. So,
Yeah.
So I think it's been helping me.
I think those stories are pretty. It happens all the time now. A lot of people. I mean, they're like, oh, you're in the CBD business, yeah. Oh, is that a bunch of bullshit? Or is it hemp seed? Or what does it do, man? Because I took it, it didn't do shit for me. I was like, yeah. Well, a lot of people mislabel, they mislead.
Yeah.
And us as a company, we strive to put quality products in our packaging and our products. So I mean,
that's how you're gonna get the customer to come back.
Yeah.
It's when I gave that review of it. So again, I was with you guys from September till now.
Yeah.
And I think last month, after I gave that review on my social media, that's when people were really interested, because it was like, oh shit, it works.
Yeah.
And I'm not making no money off this thing or anything. It's just like, hey, people are hitting me up, hey, does it really work? Yes or no? And I'm like, believe it or not, it's hard for me to believe, but this shit works.
That's awesome.
And so people started getting it.
Yeah.
And stuff. So I'm just like,
that's amazing, man. That's amazing. I'm glad it's been a effective part of your training regimen. And of course, it's not a fix all.
Yeah.
But it helped you get back on your feet, back in your training.
Right now I'm doing the damn drops and the gummies with all the damn stress.
Yeah.
Take it all.
I'm taking it all right now.
That's another thing that that I've been hearing from a lot of people lately. Cannabis has been helping them get through this time.
Exactly.
Of the obviously, yes, the corona stress, but the stress of they're not working.
Yeah.
And also being at home, with your family, sometimes they stress you out too. But a lot of people been hitting me up and saying, man, dude, like your products is clutch right now. Clutch.
It's essential for sure.
When I think it was like last week, I posted up the gummies, and boom, like 10 DMs were just like, yo, where can I get this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go online. as soon as I mentioned stress, anxiety, and sleep aid,
yeah,
they're just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, my regimen now is because we have the wellness shots that are coming out pretty soon.
Yeah,
we have to hook you up with some of those, but I'll take that in the morning. I'll do a couple CBD drops. And I'm good to go. Because sometimes I'll wake up like a little bit of anxiety, just having like I'll be overthinking stuff too much. And I'll do some drops of the CBD and I'll be mellowed out, and I'll be able to focus on what I need to do. You know,
it's a real thing, man. Life in general is stressful. I mean, here we're in this office now. We're in this podcast room. We're talking, having fun, but outside when I go home, it's a shitstorm outside, bro. It's a shitstorm.
You know, right now it just feels like. So right now, what we're doing right now, you know, we're just talking about life.
Yeah.
And this is a decompressor. This is like venting right here. This is, you know,
it is.
I'm mellow and I'm at peace right here.
Yeah.
And it's like as soon as I get out this door, it's gonna be like, here comes life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here comes life again. You know.
That's so funny you said that, because before you came here at the office, I've just been dealing with a lot of stuff inside and outside this office, and it's been very stressful. And I was just thinking to myself, like, damn, do I really want to do this fucking podcast today, man? Like, fuck, dude. But we got everybody in the office. I got AJ coming in, and then when I shifted my mindset to, you know what, we're gonna have a good conversation today. We're just gonna talk, man. That automatically filled myself with gratitude, and it just felt, I was like excited. I was like, I can't wait till AJ gets in and we can talk about some stuff, you know. Yeah. But you're right, man. Going out into the world, I almost wake up with like 20, like a quarter part of my body is I already have anxiety in the morning.
Oh my
shit.
God.
Yeah.
You know?
CBD drops. I know some.
No, but seriously, people just been really, not just coronavirus. People have been really tripping, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that, because I felt that same way this morning. I'm like, am I in the mood to even be speaking right now? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, you know, this past week, life's been rough.
Yeah, man.
And for me to, you know, like I said, you know, I'm mentoring 4 veterans right now who, you know, I got one ready to call it quits.
Damn.
Yeah.
He's married with 3 kids.
Wow.
And you know, I have him. I have his weight right now, and I have my own personal shit going on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I'm over here. I gotta practice what I preach to this guy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie. You know, I'm feeling down, but I gotta keep it going.
So let me ask you, man. Where do you pull from that mental toughness when push comes to shove? Because, you know, mentoring people, it's amazing, but like what you said a key word. I carry his weight on me. I carry his weight with me.
Yeah.
When push comes to shove, where do you find that mental strength, dude, to get to mental strength and curate that mental toughness to get through shit, you know, every day, waking up?
You know, I got my boy. I got one of my Civil War buddies. He's living with me. You know, we're roommates. This guy right here, right? He was ready to call it quits himself. Man. And I kid you not, that last Ironman I just did, the only reason why I got through that Ironman was because of that guy.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that. You know, a lot of people saw me training. A lot of people saw me, you know, working out in the morning and whatnot. This motherfucker would go into my room, wake me up, because I would tell him what the training was the night before, and he's like, hey, we got to train.
Yeah.
We got to train. And he stands next to me, whether I'm running on the treadmill or if I'm going swimming, he'll be on the treadmill. Whatever I'm doing, he's there. If I'm training, he's doing his thing. And this guy's lost like 40-something pounds.
No shit. Wow.
This guy's lost like 40-something pounds, and
that's pretty cool.
And you know, so I pretty much have a guy watching me the whole time. And you know, if I slip up, freaking, he's gonna slip up.
Yeah.
A bunch of other guys, you know, they're gonna slip up as well.
Yeah. It almost sounds like and feels like you guys are accountable to each other.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. He sees me right now, and this morning we're having a conversation. He's like, man, he's like, AJ, I hate seeing you like this, bro. And I told him, I'm like, it's good, bro. I'm like, I've been here before. I'm like, it's temporary.
You've been here. You've been through worse.
Yeah. I'm like, I've been here before, bro. I'm like, it's just temporary.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're gonna get through it. I'm like, I'm gonna get through it. I'm gonna snap out of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're good, man. And then, you know, I have my guys on my bench.
Yeah.
I have people that, you know, like how you say, you carry this weight.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta make sure I get rid of that weight.
Yeah.
So who am I going to get rid of it to? People, my mentors, people, you know, who I'm able to call. I have people that I call too, because, you know, I have the answers, but not all the answers, and I also need help.
Yeah.
You know, I need help as well.
Yeah.
Even though I'm at where I'm at,
Mm-hmm.
I need to vent to my man too.
Yeah.
So
the mental space that you've been able to create, as well as recognize, to create that. I mean, dude, hearing from where you came from and to where you're at now, that's so clutch, man. So key.
yeah.
You know, how did you really develop that, like, to recognize things that come up, these demons that come up, and you're like, yo, not today, because sometimes I'm guilty of it too. I let that shit take over, man.
It's that meditation, man.
Yeah.
You know, meditation is key. That's one of the tools that, you know, Save a Warrior gave to me.
Mm-hmm.
Is being in that present.
Mm-hmm.
Meditation really gets you in the present.
Mm-hmm.
And I kid you not, you know, I've been having to do it and before I go to sleep and when I wake up. And for some reason, the past week I've been waking up around 1 to 1:20, and I'm wide awake.
Wow.
And so the first thing I do, instead of fighting it to try to go back to sleep, boom, I set my thing and I meditate. And the meditation is, I'm going to start breathing. I'm going to start, okay, cool, just go to sleep, breathe. And I listen to whatever meditation thing I put on there, and boom, I knock out. And it's just being in that present, being in the present now, you know, because, you know, we're not in control of what happened yesterday, what happened an hour ago. That shit went. I'm in control of, like, what I'm going to do now, you know, from here forward.
Yeah.
Meditation's the key. Meditation gets you in the present.
Man.
It's simple, and a lot of people, you know, they have a hard time doing it.
Yeah.
I have a hard time doing it sometimes. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard.
Yeah. Shit, I wouldn't even know where to start with meditation.
Yeah, neither would I, to be honest. My meditation, I don't even think I have anything.
I mean, shit, so my meditation would be physical activity.
Okay.
You know? I
That's
feel
like
like
my
sometimes when you
therapy.
do your jujitsu, it's kind of like meditative.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Kinda,
I guess.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, sometimes you just don't want to wake up.
Yes. I get it.
Sometimes you don't want to wake up, you know. You don't want to wake up and you don't want to face life. So who's going to put you in that positive mood? No one put you in that positive. You have to put yourself in that positive.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I believe that.
That act of gratitude, you have to give yourself that own affirmation. Yeah, you have to tell yourself. You have to speak to yourself. You know?
Yeah.
And that's where it comes from.
Yeah. I mean, do you feel like most of the veterans are able to find that state of awareness that you have?
A lot of work. You know? I'm very aware of what goes on, but I still have work to put in.
Yeah.
You know? I still have work to put in, and I'm only going to get better, man.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. You have to want it. You have to want that peace. I'm at peace.
Yeah.
That's good.
I wasn't at peace.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, I asked because the truth of the matter is I don't know the statistics, but I would imagine more veterans than not don't get the help they need or they should deserve, and let alone they don't find that solid ground to land on or somebody to lean on.
yeah,
And they give up, like you said. I think that happens more often than not, and we never really talk about it, bro.
yeah,
Nobody really talks about, you know, the statistics of veterans and suicide. I mean, if they don't kill themselves, the life that they lead afterwards, it's not only tragic, it's just a damn shame.
oh yeah. You know, you got. You know, if they don't kill themselves, they're gonna become alcoholics. They're gonna become drug addicts. You know, or you know, if they don't get the help they need, you know, there's gonna be trouble. There's gonna be trouble homes.
Yeah.
Broken homes, and then next thing you know, their kids are going to follow because their kids are going to see. You know, my whole thing with my son, you know, my son probably has PTSD because, you know, he's going to be 10. I've only been rehabilitating myself for 5 years, so the first 5 years right there, and then I would say maybe the last 2-3 years have been really solid. So it's not too late.
No, it's definitely not too late.
But
no.
I look at it where like, son, you're not going to go through what I went through, because I'm going to make sure, and I'm going to lead by example.
That's
for sure.
Awesome.
I'm going to lead by example.
For
so.
sure.
Especially now, so he's 10. He's developing his adolescent ages.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's seeing you going through all this changes, the Ironman stuff. I mean, I can't believe that. That's gonna be. He's gonna remember that for the rest of his life.
I remember when I came out of Civil Warrior, he went to his mom and he's like, "Hey mom, my dad, he went somewhere for like where veterans go, and he's like happy and he's smiling and he's like giving me hugs and telling me he loves me now. He's like, he's a lot happier now." And I was like, "Oh shit,"
Yeah.
There's a lot of change.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And he could tell it.
Yeah.
He could tell.
Yeah.
And that hit, I was like, oh man, that broke me down.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
yeah.
But shit, man.
Shit.
Heavy stories. Story. I mean, at least there's a happy ending. Well, not happy because nothing's ended yet, but there's a happy path.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a positive path forward that you've actually taken, worked very hard to develop and create.
Absolutely.
But man, we can all sit back and take a look at what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, I'm over here brainstorming.
Yeah.
I want to see how I'm able to touch more people,
Awesome.
save more people.
Yeah.
I just gotta save one at a time.
Yeah.
But if I was actually thinking about going on my social media and maybe setting up a group through these hard times.
That'd be dope, dude.
And just
I'd actually support that, man. Whatever you need, like AJ, you gotta know, man. Whatever it is that you're into, I love you as a person, so you gotta know, like, I got your back, man. Whatever I can do to support that or contribute, you can always call us, man.
Yeah.
And this is no PSA, man. I say this shit off record.
Yeah, I know.
Because
I know that's how you are. That's the person you are, man.
Yeah.
You guys have taken care of me
Oh,
tremendously.
bro, we love you, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
We see you as a shining example of what tragedy can be triumph.
Oh, yeah.
And your story's not even old. Your story is not even over, and you're still super young.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, the difference that you're making today is going to be exponential next year, 10 years, 20 years. Your son is going to be your legacy. I can hear it when you talk about it. I mean, bro, you're doing all of us a service.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Like, like I said, I'm still brainstorming. I'm trying to see, and the reason why I haven't came up with it out is because I'm trying to see if I'm strong enough mentally.
Fuck yeah, you are, bro.
To take on people. Take on like a group.
Yeah.
Well,
the beautiful part is you got support, man. All you got to do is ask for
absolutely.
it. Not just with us. I'm sure there's a whole fleet of people that are willing to back you and support you in creating whatever the hell this thing is, man.
Yeah. There's so much, there's so much, but all it is just being at service, man.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do. If being at service could just pay my bills, I'd be happy, and I would do this full time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. So
well, I think if you're putting that out into the universe and you're declaring it today, I think it's gonna manifest itself, bro.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, dang, man.
Yeah, I think that's been an hour already. Isn't that crazy how time flies?
No, yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, man, I think we're super thankful that we met you, and you became one of like our closest friends now too.
For sure, man. Not just a partner, just a buddy,
Yeah.
just a friend. Every time he comes through, it's always good vibes.
Yeah,
I've been
exactly.
knowing Charles like 2-3 years now, maybe longer.
I think longer.
Dang, 2-3
4?
years? That's crazy.
Something like that, close to it. I met you over at the Leverage.
Oh shit, probably like 5 then.
Yeah. He couldn't increase his hair, and then obviously Pedro's my boy.
I think it's been like 5-6 years then.
Yeah. We know each other for
That's
a minute.
awesome that we all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I knew you before your transformation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
dang.
When he was whatever it was, 238. I knew the old AJ.
Damn.
Yeah, when his beard was down here.
He's like, no, we're not gonna talk about that.
He looked like a biker.
Everyone knew I was popping that Molly in.
When he was still raving.
He was having too much fun.
When he was having a good ass time, that's when I knew AJ, man. This dude right here is a totally different AJ.
Was it? But I mean, we all try to keep it positive light here, or we do keep a positive light.
Oh,
here,
we do,
you know?
man. We do. I mean, one of the
You
things
know?
that we do here is my philosophy is we always got to have a stoic mindset around here,
Oh, yeah.
especially in times like this, man. We got to know that people look to us for leadership,
Yeah.
and we've got to stand that solid ground. Even if the ground is shaking, I don't give a fuck. I'll go down with it.
Yeah.
But you'll see me standing tall as it goes down.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna look at the other way. I'm not gonna phase off. You can come to me, bro, and we'll sing Kumbaya together. I don't give a shit. On that note, man, like, I know this isn't gonna be the last time you're gonna come here, so we appreciate you coming through. And I mean, to the next story, man. After your Ironman, we'll get you back on here, man.
Yeah,
We'll see,
absolutely.
we'll see what's happening. Man.
Yeah.
All right, bud.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you.